Hi guys, and welcome to another Your Replays, and this replay was sent in to me by Jack 1011 Edwards, and he is in his Centurion 1 on Mountain Pass. It is a 41%er, so Jack has his work cut out for him. I need to mention that Jack sent me in a lot of replays, and I did watch through them all, and a lot of them were very, very good, and I was split. There were so many moments in those replays where I could have made videos, but the whole thing would have ended up being over an hour long, and I really didn't have the time or the processing power to do a video that long in the time I had. So it was a very, very difficult decision. Out of about 12 games I shortlisted, I needed to pick one, and this is the one I picked. And I normally like to show replays from tanks I don't own, because it gives me a chance to see how the tank works and look forward to playing it when it's my turn. But I've always had a soft spot for the Centurion. I love the tier 8s, they're British. I love the Carnarvon, I love the Centurion, and Jack was in a Centurion. And this is the game that won. Out of all the replays he sent me, and some really good replays they were, this is the game I think I liked the most. So here we go. So watching the replays, something I didn't know is that Jack is actually a platoon mate of CJC. And CJ is another regular, and I featured CJ in the past in another replay, but I did not know they were platoon mates, so thanks for subscribing and sending me replays, guys. So Jack is here, Mountain Pass, and he decides to go towards the bridge. Now, I very rarely fight here on this map. I either head to the D line if I'm in a heavy, or if I'm in a fast, heavy, or medium, I usually head to H3. I very rarely fight at the bridge, but it seems to be, looking at his replays, it seems to be Jack's position of choice. So he's been quite hesitant. Remember, it is a 40%er. And some banter going on in the chat. So the Centurion has some pretty good view range, and there we go. First target spotted. Can't remember if Jack had 6th Sense on this tank, but it hasn't gone off if he does. So he's doing a little bit of side scraping. He's waiting for the Japanese tank to advance. And yes, Japanese tank has advanced, but then an IS-3 pops up, and the IS-3 is a bigger priority. So first shot goes low, and then an AT-7 appears. So Jack obviously doesn't have 6th Sense. Those tanks are returning fire. But Jack is well angled. Going for the weak spot in the AT-7, another 213 damage. I love the accuracy, love the rate of fire, love the aim time on the tier 8 British tanks. Going for the weak spot a lot of people don't know about, just directly over the gun on an IS-3. AT-7 has come back. And another 232 damage. So not the highest alpha, but the rate of fire and the accuracy on the British 20-pounder makes up for it. AT-7 has major problems penning Jack. And Jack's just going to work. So IS-6 has come up behind Jack and takes out the AT-7 after Jack has done most of the work. Again, aiming at the weak spot in the IS-3 on the front of the turret. Gets another one in. And that was more like one of my shots. That was an old man's reaction shot after the IS-3 had retreated. So we know there's a Chiri in front, but he's obviously gone down into the valley because the IS-6 is not spotting him. IS-3 is still at the back. Ooh, that weak spot's just poking out. IS-3 retreats. And for a 40%er, the Jack's team are doing pretty well. It's still a 50-50 game. 5-5. But a lot of enemy tanks have advanced down to D7, and Jack's aware of that and decides to see if he can get some shots off while still remaining angled against the IS-3. So, adjusting, trying to get his shots off. Very, very difficult shot to pen at that angle. So, now Jack decides he needs to help his friends down in the valley. Keeping an eye on the IS-3 in case the IS-3 pokes, but now he's safe from the IS-3. Kills the T-32. These guys still don't know Jack is here. Risky shot in the KV-1S. Down on his gun mantlet, but it goes in. That could easily have bounced. The rate of fire means that Jack gets the kill shot. And this tank is fantastic for cleaning up towards the end of games. Just the rate of fire. Unfortunately bounces as he goes over the edge and misses a shot on the Chiri. IS-3 has advanced, but for some reason he's ignoring Jack. Jack goes for the poorly angled front plate on the beak. Puts in another one. Bounces, unfortunately. And a little bit of ram damage. So now Jack is face-hugging the IS-3. IS-3 manages to put one in, but Jack has a superior rate of fire. 2 shots into the commander's cupola. And the kill shot. So Jack was able to put out 3 shots to the 1 shot the IS-3 was able to put out. He very quickly realizes that he's being flanked by an AMX-12T and turns to deal with that. So really, really good map awareness from Jack. So it is 4v5 at the moment. AMX-12T, and Jack misses a shot, but then a Ferdy arrives, puts a huge shot into Jack, 407 damage. Again, Jack, I don't know why he didn't stick around to actually put that shot in, but he missed. Ferdy comes around after him, Jack puts one into the lower glacis. Ferdy misses again! And Jack finishes off the Ferdy. So that was a little bit fortunate. Missed a shot that should have gone in, and then the Ferdy missed both kill shots. So I don't know if Jack is using the XVM mod. He's coming out here very, very carefully, even though the 3 remaining enemy tanks other than RT have been spotted in his cap. It is 3v4. IS-6 did not come back to defend. He's gone on to deal with enemy RT. So essentially, with the GW Panther on Jack's team hiding, it is 3v1. Centurion has a lot of health, and Jack only has 288. But Centurion is focused on RT. Nope, sorry, he was focused on Jack. Jack is down to 74 health. Puts one in. Both the Centurion misses. Chiri bounces. Jack puts another one into the Centurion. Again, Jack is only on 74 health. And gets a good shot to finish off the Centurion. Cap is up to 87, 89, 91, 95. And there we go. Cap saved from 95 down to 20. Finishes off the 12T with a really, really good shot. This is why I love the Tier 8 British tanks. They're just so accurate. Looking for the little weak spot on top of the Chiri, and eventually goes for a turret shot. So there we go. Jack is up to 8 kills with an amazing defense. I think you can see why I decided to pick this game out of all the games Jack sent me. So Jack is up to 4,734 damage and 8 kills in a 40%er. RT has been spotted, but the IS-6 decides to cap. Jack gets one more shot in, but the IS-6 decides to cap anyway. So let's take a look at this game. We ended up with an ace tanker. Jack also got Spartan, Radley Walters, Steel Wall, Top Gun, and Defender. How often do you have a game like this? There are 6 medals here, guys. Well, 5 medals and a mastery badge, and who knows what minor medals he also received. Unfortunately, what replays doesn't show you the minor medals. 1,582 XP base. 400 and, well, let's just call it 5,000 damage, 8 kills. He fired 36 shots, 29 hits, and of those 29 hits, 25 were penetrations. And believe it or not, that's slightly below par for this gun. This gun is capable of doing a lot better, but in pretty much any other tank in the game, this would be excellent. But just the guns on the Tier 8 British heavies and mediums are so good. He received 12 hits, and 4 of those were non-penetrations. But even of the 8 penetrations he received, a lot of those were track damage because of that side scraping at the bridge very early on. The Centurion and the Caernarvon are both really, really well armored tanks. I mean, you can bounce shots. They've got really, really good turrets. They play like American tanks in that respect, and they can side scrape. He received 2,780 potential damage. He detected 4, damaged 10, and destroyed 8. He didn't do much damage upon detecting. That makes this all the more impressive, because with only 194 damage upon detecting, it meant that he was killing everything he was looking at without help. He earned 76,500 credits for that game, and I'm happy to see it was his ×3. It was the first game of the day, so he earned a whopping 7,119 XP for that one game. It's just a pity that IS-6 capped towards the end and denied Jack a 9th kill. Fantastic replay, Jack. Well done. Thanks for sending it to me. And thanks for watching. Actually, you know what? I'm going to show you another replay. I'm going to show you another replay right now. I told you guys I couldn't choose which were my favorite replays. The Centurion just edged it, but this game in the S35CA was pretty good as well. And I'm going to include it anyway because I'm just that sort of guy. It is a 61%er on Mountain Pass, but it is very similar to the previous game. But this time it's lower tier. Jack is in his S35CA, the Tier 5 French tank destroyer. And this is the Bathtub of Doom. And this is a tank I absolutely love. I don't take it out very much, but it's a tank I decided to keep because it is just so good. It's got such a good gun, and it's gun traverse is absolutely amazing, and when the replay starts and we pull out a little bit, you'll see why this is the bathtub of doom. It is not the nicest looking tank.
C'est parti!
So Jack is going to be heading towards the bridge again. That seems to be his tactic of choice in on this map when he starts in the south. Look at that gun traverse. This thing has an amazingly punchy gun for a tier 5. 165 penetration with 300 alpha damage. That is awesome. Especially when you get it into an all tier 5 game. But it works just as well in tier 6 and 7 games. That's what makes this tank so good. So an Electo and a PZ-1C have advanced ahead of him. And a Covenanter. They've already taken out an M3 Stuart. But here we go. 328 damage on that T-34. And with his friendly tanks pushing, he decides to move up early. Snapshot before being fully aimed on the T1 Heavy, but it goes in and he gets his first kill. SU-85 or M4. M4 it is. Nope, SU-85. One hit kill. There we go. And this thing can bounce. He bounces the M4. M4 is preoccupied with tanks coming around the corner now. He's got the side of an M4. 268 damage. And yeah, we're already up to 1,000 damage and 2 kills. But the tanks on his team that advanced ahead of him are now dead. And Jack just advances. He's got an M3 Lee backing him up, but he's pretty much on his own. DW2 advances. There we go. Another one-hit kill. Well, he was on low health, but another kill, I should say. Now that we're still an M3 Lee and a T-34 up here. Are they still here? Yes, they are. There's the T-34. Jack fully aims, finishes off the T-34. Is the M3 Lee still up here? He is. Yes, and that's a Reaper medal right there. That's 4 kills with 4 shots. T-28's waiting around the corner, misses his shot. Jack fires, unfortunately. T-28 bounces. T-28 can pen the S35. Jack needs to aim more carefully. And unfortunately, shot goes a little bit low. So T-28 bounces again. Some nice angling. And there we go. So that's 5 shots and 5 kills. And that is Jack's Top Gun. Another M3 Lee. 6 shots, 6 kills. That's a double Reaper's medal right there. Look at the gun traverse on this tank. That's 7 shots, 7 kills. Can he get 8 shots, 8 kills? KV1 needs to pull back. No, KV1 pull back. Oh, he's pulling back. No, no, hint of a shot. But there we go. That is 8 shots and 8 kills. 9 kills in total. He has only done 1 damaging shot in this game, and that was on the M4. Every other shot has been a kill. 1 enemy tank left. Jack's on 9 kills. He needs 1 more for his Bolter's medal. Or Pool's medal, sorry. I'm old. I'm giving it the old name. It's the Pool's medal. Now, where is the enemy Stug? Enemy Stug is on 4 kills, so the enemy Stug knows what he's doing. And he has not been spotted yet. But just like the previous game, unfortunately, his team are more interested in capping than actually killing enemy tanks. And yeah, they cap out before Jack can find the Stug. Now, that I don't agree with. That will get you banned nowadays, but back when this replay was originally recorded, that wasn't a bannable offense. So that was pretty much a double Reaper's medal. He could have gotten Reaper's medal at least twice in that game, maybe even 3 times, but What Replays does not show that. It was an ace tanker, it was a Radley Walters, and it was Top Gun. He finished, not surprisingly, top on XP with 1177 and did 1807, almost 1900 damage with 9 kills. He fired 14 shots, 11 hits, 11 penetrations, but of those 11 hits, 9 of them were at kills. That is how good the gun on the S35CA is. I really should start playing that tank again. He earned almost 35,000 credits and 1765 XP with a premium account. It was not the first first game of the day. So there we go. A spotlight on Jack 1011 Edwards, and believe me, there were a heck of a lot more. There are so many good games on his What Replays account, but those are the 2 I decided to choose. If you want to see more, just do a search for Jack 1011 Edwards on What Replays, and you'll find all his replays, and they are some really, really good games. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.